Yellowstone National Park has some amazing and stunning things to see, and here are my 5 can't-miss stops. Mammoth Hot Springs is just 5 miles from the north entrance of the park. This is an area that looks like a cave that is inside out. The features here are so dynamic that it is changing frequently, some even daily. Walk the terraces around the area. You can walk right over the features. A part of the boardwalk gets you right over the steam. The area also seems to be a high point, so the backdrop is beautiful. And if you haven't seen any elk on your trip, you won't be able to avoid them here. Old Faithful will surely be on your list of stops as it is an icon of the park. But it is also the busiest part of the park. That's why Observation Point is a don't miss stop on my list. Observation Point Trail is relatively little used. It is a 1.1 mile loop that lets you look down on Old Faithful Village and see the geyser erupt from a much less crowded but gorgeous vantage. The climb is worth it if you aren't capable of the hike. The incredible Old Faithful Inn is a wondrous structure that was built in 1903. I have an affinity for log cabins, so I was in paradise, but even if you don't, you will appreciate it for the grand structure that it is. With a 500-ton stone fireplace to the little details, you can wander out to the decks to view Old Faithful from there. And make sure to stop at a favorite of mine, Morning Glory Pool. The Grand Canyon of Yellowstone is surely the most beautiful place in the park. Artist Point will certainly be a stop on your tour as it affords a wondrous view of the canyon and lower falls. But you won't be the only one stopping here. Tour buses and all were here. So tighten up your laces for Uncle Tom's Trail. Even in the late 1800s, people were going down to the spot. Now, however, sturdy steps are used to get a view of the marvelous lower falls. The trail is a 0.6 mile round trip, but don't let that fool you as it is a steep climb back up the 328 steps. It is worth the view though, as it takes you down near the base of Lower Falls. You will probably feel the mist from the falls at that point, and don't worry, there are benches along the way. West Thumb Geyser Basin. This is the largest geyser basin, and it is on the shores of Yellowstone Lake. You will be staring at a lot of geothermal features this trip, but this was my favorite as Black Pool and Abyss Pool are here. They have the most incredible blue hues, and unlike Grand Prismatic Spring, it was less crowded here, and you can see the shape and depth of these pools, which makes them so mysterious. Lastly, hike off the boardwalks. I realize this is kind of a cop-out, but all of the hikes we did here were fabulous. The second you step off the roads and boardwalks, you leave a lot of people behind. These photos show our hike along Gardner River by Sheep Eater Cliff, and then our hike to Riddle Lake. Riddle Lake was so quiet we almost had the place to ourselves in the middle of the day. There are hikes of all lengths and difficulties. You won't be sorry you did, but don't forget the bear spray. Yellowstone is an amazing place and has so much to offer, but I would be amiss if I didn't tell you about these stops. Thanks for watching, and happy trails from Sunflower Travelers.
Leave this behind.